what went wrong today.
Hey, but you know what? I remember, hey, every day is an opportunity to problem solve. So every day you just have to be bigger than the problem. And you're doing a great job. I'm so excited and proud for you because you're doing awesome.
Well, I'm trying. I'm out here hustling. Hey, a girl
You
gotta
are.
hustle. If I even showed the village. I think I showed Apgar Village. But anyway, I'm driving through. I'm going this morning to Polebridge. And Polebridge is only about 25 miles north. But the roads are really bad, so they say it takes almost an hour to get there. So people go there because they're famous for a bakery. So I'm going all the way an hour up, an hour back to a bakery. When I don't love bakery, but I've got to go. It's the tourist thingy, so I'm on my way. Today is so much better. It's going to be a sunny day, but in the maybe high 70s, low 80s, which is perfect weather, and there's no wind. Yesterday, there was actually a wind alert. And like I said, I couldn't get my awning down yesterday morning because I was like, oh my God, it's going to get... But there were so many tall trees, you didn't really feel it in the campsite that much. But when I went to the ranger talk in the afternoon, about 7, oh my God, the wind was blowing and it was so cold, and I wasn't prepared, and most other people weren't prepared either. I mean, some people had jackets on, but I had a shawl. I should have had a big gigantic coat because the wind chill factor probably brought it down to 50, low 50s or 40. It was so cold. But anyway, I made it through. She talked quick. She didn't keep us but 30 minutes, but it was a nice talk about forest and how which trees grow first after burning, and that was really interesting, especially after I came from Jasper with all those trees down. So it's going to take a long time, like hundreds of years, to get that back the way it was. But anyway, I'm going to shut off the camera unless there's something exciting as I head to Polebridge. Okay, I'm going off the highway, and I think I have 15 miles on this lovely gravel road. So I'll go really, really, really slow and hope that there's no issues, because this is not a very well-traveled road. I've only seen 2 cars in the 10 miles or so that I've gone. I've passed 10 cars. So, hopefully these are great tires. I wanted to show this forest. They had a fire here, I think it was in 2018. So you see the leftover tall trees that were burned and still there. But anyway, I don't know if you can see in the middle, there's growth, and there's some little trees. So last night it was real fascinating. The ranger talked about which trees grow in first after a fire. And she talked about, I don't know all the names of them, but like a Douglas fir is one of those that's like an interim that comes in so many years until the taller trees start going, which could take 100 years or whatever. But anyway, you see these little evergreens, and I don't know all the names of them that she said, but it's fascinating. From coming from Jasper, when you just saw the little sticks of the trees and nothing else in the ground or in the middle intermediate, and now you see this is getting intermediate growth. So man, it's a fascinating ecosystem with the forest, and glad I went to that talk last night. Turned on the other highway to get me up there, so it's kind of a semi asphalt. So this is not as bad as that other thing. Oh my gosh, I hope this is the extent of how bad it's going to be. Anyway, I think I have about 14 miles on this road, which is, again, not bad at all. A little dusty. I'm glad I didn't wash the car yesterday. Or the truck. I'm going to wash it when I get back. Uh-oh, I'm back onto the bad roads. And he is going so freaking fast. I guess he doesn't care about his tires. It's anyway, that's the Flathead River. Let's see if I can get it. No, you can't see it. It's on the right down below. See, that's the Flathead River. Very nice. Man, I'd love to do some fly fishing down there. I had a retreat when I had cancer. It's a lovely program called Casting for Cancer, I think it's called. Or Casting for Recovery, sorry. And it's a nonprofit organization that awards 2 people per state a free weekend. It's like a counseling, healing weekend, but they teach you how to fly fish. So that's part of the counseling and the healing. And I got selected. I was in Maryland and I applied. And I was one of the applicants that got selected to go up to the retreat. It's near somewhere in Pennsylvania, near Gettysburg, somewhere up there. And it was a lovely weekend. I think there was about 20 other ladies, all with different stages of cancer. And oh, there's my first rat. I'm not a little chipmunk. Looks like a rat. Anyway, so they taught us how to fly fish, and but I haven't done it since then. It would have been fun. I mean, I wasn't, in the best condition, so I was a little fatigued, and it was hot when we went to the lake to do it. We weren't able to do the river because they had made some kind of changes in what you could do or which river you could do, so we were at a little lake, so we didn't really catch anything. We didn't get to wade out like you can do like in the middle of a flathead river over there where it's not deep at all and you got the currents bringing the fish in. That would be fun. So maybe next time I come out west I'll plan to do that. So anyway, I'll come back when I get closer to Polebridge.
Hang on. This is Mama Bear and 2 babies. The babies are already up in the tree, and Mama's climbing up to reach them right now. Oh, and she's looking right at us. She stopped on that branch to look at us.
10 miles an hour, and it looks like I'm hoping I'm here. Half a mile, Polebridge. We're going to the general store. That's all we're doing. Driving on this crazy road. Get to the general store. Get some bakery items. And maybe a t-shirt. Gosh, I've had so many t-shirts. I think I've bought 4 or 5. That's all I'm spending my souvenir money on. It's t-shirts, it looks like. Couple gifts for other people, but that's about it. I've kept my spending low, but I'll have a video at the end of my journey when I get to Nevada and let you know how much I spent for everything. Somebody said, oh, let's market our bakery and people will drive an hour on an unpaved bumpy road to get here. And they do. Let's see if it's worth it. Let's see if it's worth it. We have a saloon as well. Saloon grill. Okay. And little supplies. Let me pull over here. Okay, so I'm just sitting in a nice rocking chair, a double rocker, out front of the Polebridge Mercantile. Here's the offerings. I have photos of those anyway. I actually bought 3. Oh my God, I don't need all that sweets. There's little cabins you can rent, I guess, and somebody on a horse. But in the summer, she said they make 500 bear claws a day. Hey, I'm in down Whitebridge. It's a little bit bigger town than I thought, so I'm headed toward. I guess I'm headed toward the downtown. I'm trying to get to this restaurant to see if it's somewhere I want to eat. If not, I've spotted 2 other places that I'll eat. It's on this side of town, but I wanted to at least drive through the downtown area so I can see what that looks like. I'm not sure if that's before or after the restaurant, or maybe the restaurant. I hope the restaurant's not on that lane, because then it'll be hard to find parking. But we shall see. Where this will take me. Community challenge. Okay, I don't know what that means, but
take the next left onto East 3rd Street, then your destination will be on the right.
Oh, I see the little restaurant. But, of course, it's going to be on-street parking.
Your destination is on the right.
Which, unless there's one, I cannot get into it. So... right through town here. There's loads, I'm sure there's loads of restaurants. Oh, there was parking there. Wrong direction though. There's one there. Oh. Here's one here. Okay. To go to the dam, so I didn't realize they had a dam here, but anyway, here it is. Wow, amazing. It's huge. And there's the water way down there. Oh, they have a visitor center. I may go over the bridge and then turn around and come back if I can. Okay, I am walking on the wall of the dam, so I can maybe get not to the middle, but somewhere where I can see how really deep this is. I couldn't see it from the other side, so I decided to park the truck and get out and take a look-see. I hear the water. Or maybe it's the plant I hear. I hear the generator. Okay, there is some water down there. It's a water plant, I guess. Pushing it down the reservoir. Anyway, very, very interesting.
To do what you're doing, one, is awesome. But then, like, you know, you have opportunities to fold, you have opportunities to turn around, you have opportunities to quit. And you don't. And some people could say, like, oh, man, I've had an issue here, I've had an issue here. I'm taking these 5 last issues as a sign that I should not do this. But really, it's just part of the lifestyle that you're doing, and you keep adapting and overcoming and adapting and overcoming. And that's awesome. And I think you should, whenever you take a moment to just reflect, you should be proud of yourself for that.
Yeah, I am. I made it. I made it to Canada, didn't I?
Yeah, look at you. And look, think about this. In 6 months, you bought a big truck, got a trailer, and I don't know how many miles you've gone, but look at you go. All right, well, if you need me, like, with your awning, because I'm trying to think I'm trying to think about your awning. So you did the middle piece, and that pulled the awning down, so you got that far.
So, well, I had it out yesterday, and I pulled it up. So then when I read it, you got to pull that thing in the what do you call it? It's like the thing has to go all the way back to the back, and it worked on the far side.
Yeah. So you pull the handle in the middle on both sides, and you let it go. You let it slide down to the trailer.
Right, but it wouldn't do that on one side.
And then once you get this, well, you do that on one side, then you do it on the other side. Then you take and you push the pins in the top, and you turn. You remember, because on the near the front of your trailer, you've got the engage where it's like open or close.
Right.
You have to switch that. You have to switch it to close, and then it should, because when you move that other pin in, that's when once you put the 2 pins in and you move it to close, you have to hold the strap in the middle to let it go up.
Yeah, I guess I hadn't done this is only my second time pulling out the thing. And I guess that's why I'm not good at it, because I hadn't done it, And then I remember I thought I was videotaping him doing it that day, but I had not pushed the button for the videotape. So I don't have nothing to go back and look at. And I didn't write no notes because I thought I was videotaping it. And so, so I don't know. Like I said, I parked too close to this tree, and so I couldn't take it all the way up. But I was like, that shouldn't stop the darn thing from going backwards to when I get ready to fold it up.
It shouldn't.
And so,
it shouldn't.
So I don't know.
So were you able to get, so have you had a chance to work on your awning again or no?
No, because when I got back I went back to the campground after I got off the mountain because it was close. And I said, well, let me get to the campground so I can check with my OBD. I didn't want to stop on the side of the road and take a chance that the engine wouldn't come back on or something. So I got back to the campground and I did that. And then that's when I realized I had to go into town to get the solution. And so I didn't even try well, now I need the awning for tonight anyway. It didn't blow away. I mean, there's lots of trees around there, so it breaks the wind. But so then I got to test, because last night I had trouble with the furnace. It was comfortable because to keep your windows open, people could see in all night. So I couldn't keep I had, so I had to close them or close the shades or whatever. So then it got cool though at about 4 a.m. And I was like, so I said, let me turn my furnace on. And then I couldn't figure out how to, I know where the furnace box was. So it wouldn't come on, and I was like, there got to be an on-off switch somewhere. And so I pulled out the paperwork again. And I was like, it didn't have no typical on-off switch. So then I looked up in the escape book, and they had a different picture than what the hardware manual they give you comes with. And then I was like, oh, it's that switch at the top. But you couldn't see. And I had to get my magnifying glass out to see that it said off and on, and it barely moves, but just a little bit. And I was like, oh my God, this is. And then it says when you turn it on, you're supposed to vent for about 5-10 minutes to let any smoky smell or whatever get out. So then I had to open one of the windows, and I was like, man, it's 4 o'clock. Here I am up here doing all this stuff. plus I had to do I had to use the bathroom, and it was like I am right next door to the thingy. But do you think I'm going out there with no bears in the middle of the night?
But that's okay. You learn how to do it. You know where the on and off switch is, so that worked out. So good.
Well, I didn't think it was going to be that difficult to find an on-off switch. That was the problem, because I was like, surely it's got an on-off switch somewhere, but it's like, where? I looked at the furnace. It wasn't on the furnace, and then I looked at that thing on the wall, and I could see where you turn the temperature and that thing at the top, but it wouldn't hardly move anywhere, and I didn't want to break it because I kept kind of pushing hard. I was like, I don't want to break this thing, whatever it is, because I don't even know what it is. That little thing sticking up, and that's what was the on-off switch.
Gotcha.
So I got that. So I think ain't nothing else left to come on with gas. I done the the stove. I ain't used the stove, but I turned it on. The furnace has been on, and the fridge is still rolling.
Right.
And so I shouldn't need. Well, I got one more place where I'm boondocking for one night, but it may not. I may not. Yeah,
you may need the gas for the fridge.
Yeah, the fridge and for the pump to pump the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the gas it heated up my hot water because I took a shower. So far, like last night, I took the shower. I flushed several times, washed a few dishes, and I still had a full battery pack unless something's wrong with it.
Okay. Hey, look, you got this.
Yeah. I got some kind, like I said, some kind of way I'm leaving, whether that awning comes with me or not.
Okay.
Yeah.